Now then folks, we're at the top of the fell now. The cows are here. We've got road access to this piece of land. It's 5 miles away from the main farm, but it's all, as a crow flies, it's 1.5 miles up the fell, and so it's all part of the same block of land. But because we've road access, we've brought some hay up to the top of the fell and distributed it so we can have a few days worth of hay in front of the cows, and it just saves trilling up with a quad every day with a bale on. Just so it's easier bringing 10 bales or so at once. With doing that, I can move the collars up each day and keep moving the cows, and then as regards to checking the cows, I can just nip up with the quad up through the land. But trying to drag a bale up through there when it's been so wet isn't so good. So that's what we've been doing. I'm just going to stop and zoom in on some deer I can see. So if you can see right in the distance there, there's quite a few deer. Now it's not often you see them. There's some near the wall as well. There. So it's quite a little, are they a pack or a herd? But I think there's a 5 or 6. Anyway, they've obviously seen me. Looks like they're just trying to jump over the wall. Anyway, oh yeah, over the fence. There's the deer on the way. So back to the cows. Yeah, so we can move them every day with a collar onto some fresh hay, and it just saves trilling up with a bale every day with a quad. Once we're finishing this 25 acre piece, we'll go back onto the bracken, where we can hopefully trample some more bracken and do a bit more good on the main fell land. So this piece of ground hasn't really seen cows until this spring, really. Not from a regen point of view. We've never really had many cows up here, so we're just trying to have them packed up here. I had done a previous video, but it was blowing a gale, it was chucking it down, and I don't think you'd hear a word I said. But hopefully we've rectified that going forward, even though I've not got my mic with me today. It's always windy up here, even though it's still lower down. So the cows are due to calve from mid-April. So once they're finished in here, we'll take them across on the main fells, trampling some bracken. At the moment, we do house them to calve, and that's just from our management point of view. We just have them in the building, they calve, we can tag. If they need Hornex paste on, we can do that. Check everything's alright, and then they go straight back out as soon as they've calved. I'd like to get to carving them outside, and hopefully we will at some point, but just for the moment, they'll come in prior to calving, just for simplicity really, and we'll see how that goes going forward. So the cows look pretty content. There's not a lot for them to eat up here. There is a bit of deferred grazing, I suppose that's what it is. They'll pick away at it, but yeah, the hay is here to supplement them as well. The collars currently, so I think it was about mid-November when we changed batteries in the collars. Most of the collars are running around 40 to 50% on the battery, so it'll take most of them through to calving, where obviously they'll come in and we can put new batteries in, and the batteries through the summer, last all summer. So, but this cold weather can just eat the batteries a bit more. So keeping a close eye on the dung pats. That's yeah, I won't want it any more solid than that. Well, I say solid, it's frozen, isn't it? So I can't really show you on that. But yeah, he froze hard last night. But prior to this bit of cold spell of weather, it's been really wet. Really wet. So the stock's not had it so good really, the livestock. But this cold weather probably is a lot more favourable to them really. They don't bat an eyelid. Just keep a close eye on the condition. We don't want them too fat at calving, but neither do we want them too thin. And that's probably one of the reasons why we just bring them in that bit before calving. We can just maybe monitor the nutrition a bit more, making sure they just have that. Well, just better eye kept on them, and we're able to supplement the diet easier. Also, from a mineral point of view, we don't really give them any minerals. We used to give them boluses, but we've tended not to recently. But we do not have a known iodine issue with the cows, so you can suffer with stillborn calves if there's not enough iodine in the diet. So what we tend to do is, as well, when they come in, we've done it the last couple of years and it's worked well, we just pour a bit of iodine on the backs, and that gets absorbed into the body, and that's, well, a really cheap but effective way of supplementing them with iodine, which obviously helps prevent dead calves, which nobody wants. So yeah, some cows are in better order than the others. You know, some are fitter than the others. I guess that's through genetics really, and you know, outwintering your cattle. Some are suited to it, and some may struggle. So we do keep a close eye, and obviously the ones which can cope well with these conditions are the ones which we should certainly look for breeding off for our replacement heifers going forward. You know, that's one of the things we look at, as well as cow size, and yeah, any temperament problems as well. So yeah, there's lots of things we kind of try and look at when choosing which to breed pure. Also, one of the key things is you know, those cows which hold to the bull soonest or get back in calf soonest are probably you know, that's a good indication that they can survive well with the management style they're getting, because you know, they're in a good enough condition to get back in calf. So typically that's why we always use run the ling bull first over the cows, and we have swept up with a Charolais over them after the second cycle. So whether we do that going forward is something we need to decide on, or whether we just keep them all pure. Perhaps in time there'll be a market for grass-fed hardy hill cows which can be outwintered and you know, suited to this type of outwintering management. I know Greg Judy, you know, he does a lot of he sells a lot of his females and heifers basically just to, you know, as breeding stock to other people who are trying the regenerative agriculture. And you know, they're buying cows. He uses red poles, but they won't be that dissimilar to lings. But you know, it's all about having cows for your environment, and these cows look well suited to it. Obviously, they've got the hair coats on them, but yeah, nice and warm. And as I've said on previous videos, it's minus 30 degrees C before a fit adult cow will start to shiver. So unlike us humans, they can stand a bit of cold weather, and I guess it's going back to the natural environment. They never used to have buildings, did they, back in the day? So yeah, this land here, yeah, it's 25 acre piece, a lot of rush, never really had cows on it, has had sheep on it, but you know, it's I don't think sheep selectively graze, and so they don't, you know, the trampling effect and selective grazing. I'm hoping with the cattle on here we can fairly help this land and bring it forward. Yeah, I'll have a leader follower system with the sheep in front with a large mob, so they can selectively graze what they want, pick out the cream, if you will, with the cows following. Obviously it depends on the time of year and the growing season. So spring, I imagine, we'll do a faster rotation where they're in larger paddocks, if you will, and move them quite quickly through there. And then as we get into summer, depending on the year, we'll tighten them up a good bit, slow the rotation down, and that's where we can get some real gain and improvements. Okay, that's it for now, folks. I'll try and get another video out soon. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, from a cold top of the fell video, we'll see you later. Take care.